Good afternoon. My name is Andres Correa, and in today's topic, I am going to talk about what is ActionScript and its history. Macromedia, the company, created ActionScript as an object-oriented language to be used for Macromedia's Flash authoring tool, which was evolved into Adobe Flash. The technology was missing to fulfill certain developers' tasks related to animation. The first three versions of the Flash authoring tool provided limited interactive features. They were working on a prototype for setting basic actions of navigation controls. During the last decade, ActionScript was opening the market to new programming languages. Macromedia was trying to control objects in movement, allowing you to execute different actions in a movie depending on the user's desire or on what frame the movie was being played. Macromedia kept on working with new updates to its popular software, releasing new versions often. Um, Macromedia made up innovative ways to integrate JavaScript syntax, but they ran into several issues. In order to combine both languages, Macromedia ended up going back to the original idea of creating a software capable of running in different environments. In 1999, the release of Flash 4 marked the consolidation of these actions into a scripting language. Although the new scripting language was known as ActionScript internally, the user's manual and advertising documents refer to it as Adobe Flash. So now I'm gonna talk about the timeline, about the history of ActionScript, and I'm just going to mention the main features. So the first release of Flash in 1991 um, was a language with scripting support and timeline control. In Flash Player 3, um, they expanded basic scripting support to the ability to load external files. In Flash Player 4, we saw a full scripting. The scripting was a Flash-based syntax and contained support for loops, conditionals, variables, and another basic language constructions. In Flash 5, we saw that they include the first version of ActionScript. They use a prototype-based programming. Um, After that, in Flash Player 6, we saw that they add an event handling model, accessibility controls, and support for Switch. In Flash 7, we saw that they include the CSS styling for text and support for ActionScript. Then we have Flash 9. The performance increases were major objective for the release of the player, included a new compiler. Then in Flash Player 10, we saw that they added basic 3D manipulation, such as rotating on the X and Y and Z axis and texture mapping. Um, then we have the recent versions, the modern versions. ActionScript 1.0 was released in September 2000. This was the first version of ActionScript as we know it today. So in this version, we saw that they were supporting standards object model and many of its core data types. Then the ActionScript 2 was between 2003 and 2006, was the major revision of the language since it was created. Um, they could constrain variables to a specific type by adding a tag annotation. So uh, to type mismatch errors to be found at a compile time. And now we have the current version 2006 to right now. Was released in June of 2006 6 was a fundamental restructuring of the language so much so that it uses an entirely different virtual machine. Um, right now it counts with 9 virtual machines, the current version. So I think this is it for today's video. Thank you very much.